friends, Mrs.DeJordy here with a tutorial today that is called Money, Dollars and Cents with Mrs.DeJordy. And the first thing we need to do when we are talking about money is to be able to identify what our money looks like. So Mrs.DeJordy has her computer here, and this is our least valuable coin, which is called the penny. And the penny is the brown coin. It has Abraham Lincoln on the front, and it has the Lincoln Memorial on the back. It also has on the back the print that says in words 1 cent. So we know that its value is worth 1 cent. So this is a penny. A penny is worth 1 cent, and that's the cent symbol. And this is how it's written, 1 cent, in what we call dollar notation. Let's see. Let's look at another coin. Here's our nickel. The nickel is a gray coin, silver. It's very, very much sized like the penny. So they're very close in size. They're distinguishable from each other because of their color. So knowing that this gray silver color is the nickel, and a nickel is worth 5 cents. And in dollar notation, that looks like this. And on our nickel, we have on the head side, we have Thomas Jefferson. And on the back side of it, we have his home called Monticello. So it looks like a building, a structure. And again, on the back side, you see it written in words out, printed 5 cents. So that's a really good indicator. His head is also facing towards the left. He's facing the left. Now this is where we're going to see this coin also has a head facing the left. And this is Theodore Roosevelt. And he's on the head of the dime. The dime is the smallest of our coins. And on the back of the dime, we have, again, the words 1 dime, meaning that it's worth the 10 cents. And it has a torch and 2 leaves on the sides of that torch. And this is how we spell the word dime. And a dime is worth 10 cents. And this is 10 cents in dollar notation. And again, the head on the dime is facing the left. And then we have the quarter. This is the largest one of our coins in the American currency. And this is the front of the quarter has on it George Washington. Mr.DeJordy got stumped there for a second. George Washington. And it says on the front that this is worth $0.25. And that is so true because a dollar has 4 quarters in it. So it's worth $0.25. The back of a quarter can look differently. In this picture, it looks like it has an eagle, an American eagle on it. Lots of quarters that are in circulation today have different designs embossed on them, different states. So they will all kind of look a little different. The front, it will typically always look the same. So, and this is how we write quarter or 25 cents. And this is how we write it in dollar notation. Then we come to our dollar bills. Those are the ones that are made of paper money. Okay, so $1 bill, this is the front of the $1 bill. We've got, again, George Washington facing a different direction, but he's on the $1 bill. You also notice that there's a 1 in each of the corners, a little one on the 2 bottom corners, and a larger one on the 2 top corners. The back side of the $1 bill, again, has it written out in words, 1. And again, in each corner, 1. $1 bill, a dollar bill is worth $1, and that is in dollar notation. So $1. We have a $5 bill, and a $5 bill, the front of the $5 bill is Abraham Lincoln. And on the back of the $5 bill, there is, again, the Lincoln Memorial. And again, if you notice, and you're really looking closely at paper money, you notice that the denomination or the value of that bill is always in the corners. So this is worth $5. This is worth 5 of those $1 bills. So this is a more valuable bill than the dollar bill. So a $5 bill is worth $5. Then we move to the next denomination, which is a $10 bill. And the 10, we have Hamilton on the front, and we have a structure on the back. Again, we have the numbers that show the value of this bill. And this bill is worth 10, so $10, and it's written out in words as well. And that is a $10 bill. Then we have a $20 bill, and we have the $20 bill. We have the face side, and we have the back side. The $20 bill also has the 20 in each of the corners, and it says it in words as well. $20 bill is worth $20. And that is the end of our short video to introduce what money looks like. And now we are going to look at how we draw money in class. So when we are working with money and we don't have real money with us, which sometimes we do, but sometimes we don't, and we're working in school on paper and we're trying to do adding of money and counting money or sorting money, we are using what we call a quick pick. And a quick pick is a picture of the drawing of what we use to represent money. Now, as you saw from that video, it would be really difficult for us to draw money where we put the whole head of of George Washington, and we put all the numbers and the pictures on the front. That would take us a really long time. It would be really inefficient for us if we were counting money to draw money that way. So what we do instead is we do something called a quick pick. So I'm going to take these real coins off of here for right now. And I'm going to show you how we draw our money quickly in a quick sketch. So this is a penny. This is a real penny. And this penny is worth 1 cent. And when we draw it pictorially, we draw a circle, and then inside of it, we put a 1. So that lets us know that that is going to represent a penny. So in writing, this represents a penny. And our nickel is the next denomination, and the nickel is worth 5 cents. And what do you think we're going to do with that one? We're going to again make a circle, and we're going to put a 5 in it. So when we look at these, we know that a circle that has a 1 in it is going to represent a penny. A circle that has a 5 in it is going to represent a nickel. And so on. There's our dime, which is worth 10 cents. And that's going to be a circle with a 10. So noticing that the coins are different sizes here. When you look at these coins, you notice these two are very similar in size, the penny and the nickel. They're very distinguishable by their colors. The dime is the tiniest. It's the smallest one. And then we have our quarter. And here's the quarter. And the quarter is the bigger one. The quarter can sometimes be confused with this nickel because it's not that much bigger than the nickel. So lots of times friends confuse these two. And it's really important that you really look at the coin closely so that you don't confuse them because their value is much different. This is worth 5 cents and this one is worth 25 cents. So that means that this one is worth 5 of those. And again, when we draw it pictorially, we draw it with a circle and a 25 in the middle. And that is how we represent our coins, how we represent our bills. So the paper money, we just draw a rectangle and we put a little 1 in it when it means $1. We draw another rectangle and we put a 5 in it when we're talking about $5. I think you friends are getting the idea. What do you think that's going to be in a $10 bill? A 10, 20, 20. And we're not going to work with these, but there are other bills besides those, the 50 and the 100. So when we are doing some calculating and adding or subtracting, when we're using money, when we draw them pictorially, we're going to draw them with these simple, quick draws. So I'm going to show you just quickly how, now that you know how to draw the coins, how we are going to, when we solve problems with money. So the first one I have here is I have a problem here, and it's right there. And I drew in 5 coins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to solve this math. So I know when I look at this, I have 1 and a 1. So I have 2 pennies. I have a 5, which is a nickel, and I have a 10, and I have a 10, which are 2 dimes. So when I go to solve this problem, usually what I try to do is I try to organize my coins. Either I redraw them or I make sure that I'm organizing so that I know that I've counted every coin and I haven't missed any, or I haven't counted the coins more than once by mistake. So typically the way I like to do this, and the most efficient way to do this when you're counting money, is to go from the highest denomination to the lowest. It's a lot easier to be able to add when you're adding your larger numbers first and then moving your way down to the smaller numbers. If I was adding a 1 and then adding a 10 and then adding a 5, then adding a 1, then adding a 10, it can get a little complicated. So I'm going to put these into a friendly way so that I can see. I'm going to put my 10s, I'm going to put my nickel, and I'm going to put my pennies. And I'm setting them up like this, and I'm going to count them. 10 plus 10 is 20. 20 plus 5 is 25. 25 plus 1 is 26. 26 plus 1 is 27. So I know out of these 5 coins, those 5 coins together make up 27 cents. And I would represent that 27, and this is the cent symbol. If I was representing that in dollar notation, it would look a little different. I would have my dollar symbol. I would have no dollars because there's no dollars involved in this. And then point, that's my decimal point, 27 cents. And when we write it in dollar notation, we do not put the cent symbol. So there shouldn't be 2 symbols. When you're writing it in dollar notation, you use this symbol in the front of your numbers. And if you're writing it in cents, you're using this symbol in the back of your numbers. All right, let's try another one real quick. And here's one Mr.DeJordy has. And this one has some bills involved in it. So I have a $1 bill, a $1 bill, a 10, a 10, a 10, a 5, a 5, a 5. So I am going to add them together. And this time I'm going to do it as if I didn't have a paper to rewrite them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pencil, and I'm going to cross them off as I count them so I know that I've counted them. Remembering that we always want to go from the highest denomination, the highest value, to the lowest value. That's going to make us hit friendlier numbers to do our adding. So I'm going to start with my bills. $1, $2. So now I know I have $2. So $2 and 10 cents. $2 and 10 cents plus another 10 cents is $2.20. $2.20 plus another 10 cents is $2.30. Now I've got to switch over to counting by 5. So there's a lot of switch counting when you're counting coins. You need to be really fluent and counting by ones, by counting by 10s, by counting by 5s, by counting by 25s. So that is a lot. Practicing those are really helpful when you're counting money. So where do we leave off? Mr.DeJordy started talking, and now I have to go back and I have to think of this again. So 1, 2, 210, 220, 230. Now I'm going to add a 5. 230 plus 5 is $2.35. $2.40. $2.45. And that would look like the dollar symbol, $2.45. And that's how that would look. The last thing I want to show you in this video is how we represent when we do it the opposite way, which is when we are given a certain amount of money and asked to draw it out. So here is a amount of money. I'm going to say $5 and let's see, 36 cents. So I'm going to take this $5.36 and now I'm going to convert it from this number form in dollar notation into coins. So I'm going to draw the coins that represent this and the bills. So I'm going to put a 5. I could have done 5 ones if I'd wanted to. I could do 5 ones instead of a 5, but I want to do it the most efficient way. So I want to use the least amount of bills. So I'm going to just do a 1 5. And then I'm going to write in my coins. And when you start doing converting like this from coins, a good strategy is to always use the largest coin that you have, the largest value coin that you have. So remember, we talked about the coins. Here they are. The largest coin just happens to be the quarter, and it's also the largest value. So the value is the important part. So that's the quarter is worth 25 cents. So I am going to put a 25. So now I have 5.25, and I've got to get up to 36. So I say to myself, should I add another 25? Well, if I add another 25, then I'm going to have 5.50, and I'm going to go over. So that's going to be too much. So let me think of another coin that I could use. What's the next value coin down from the quarter? And that is the dime, worth 10 cents. So let's try that. I'm going to put a 10 cent. And now I've got to figure out how much it is, $5.25. 25 plus another 10, that's a friendly number. It's easy for me to figure in my head. That's 35. So now I'm at 35. Well, I'm very close to this. Now I've got to switch over to my least valuable coin, which is my penny, which is 1 cent. And I think if I put that 1 cent in there, there we go. I'm going to have this number represented 2 ways. Here's $5.36, and here's $5.36 pictorially. So this is how we represent money, and this is how we count money. So when you're counting monies and you're counting ones, you're counting by ones. When you're counting 5 cents, you're counting by 5s. When you're counting 10 cents, you're counting by 10s. When you're counting 25 cents, you're counting by 25s. So a lot of switch counting if you're counting a whole pile of change. Maybe you can ask your grown-up at home if they have some change in their pocket, and you could count that change for them. Maybe have a look at what money actually looks and feels like when you're able to touch it. And likewise, when you're working with the bills. $1 bill is you're counting by ones. A $5 bill, you're counting by 5s. A $10 bill, you're counting by 10s. A $20 bill, you're counting by 20s. A $50 bill, you're counting by 50s. And a $100 bill, you're counting by 100s. So hopefully this has been beneficial and helpful to you. And we will see you next time.